What started out as a movie review for Sharktale turned into an existential crisis about how we consume mediocre movies. Will you agree with my takes? Stick around to find out. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jordan and I love watching movies and then I review them. So with that said, go grab your popcorn and candy and let's dive on in. So I'm having a hard time trying to figure out what my thoughts are with Sharktale, and so let me explain why. I kind of remember the movie when it first came out. I was like 7 and the competition was tough because The Incredibles, Series of Unfortunate Events, Garfield, Shrek 2. I dream of what I need. Scooby-Doo 2 and SpongeBob the movie came out all in that year. The bar was really high. And as a kid, I actually enjoyed it. My favorite part was the car wash song. I swear they were singing working at the whale wash rather than working at the car wash. Watching this again, I saw, nope, they're singing working at the car wash. Am I just going crazy or did anyone else think that too? And as I got older, the wanting to watch that movie just kind of faded out. Though some of the movies that I already listed were continuing to be part of my rewatches. So can you figure out which ones that I kept rewatching? So Sharktale became a distant memory for me.
It's been 84 years.
Until a few years ago when I just put it on the TV while I was waiting for my friend who got delayed at the airport. And at that time, I thought it was atrocious. I thought the animation was awful. Oscar looks horrendous. And then I thought the story was just bland. It just was not that good. I definitely was not that invested in it, but it was just a good way to waste time. Fast forward to earlier this week, I was planning on watching American Graffiti with my friend. I've been wanting to watch this for quite a bit some time, and then Netflix brought it back up, and so I'm like, ooh, I want to give that a rewatch. I completely forgot that he hates streaming services.
Welcome to Harry's a jerk, and he won't let me work, and I hate Central Park.
All he had was Hulu, and he kind of had a little bit of standards that night. He was saying, hey, I want something easy, something lighthearted, something that I've never seen before. Scrolling through real quick, we just happened to land on Sharktale. We weren't trying to scroll too much. We were just trying to pick something because I needed to watch a movie that night. Otherwise, we would have just been scrolling through the whole night. That is not entertaining. I did warn him before popping this on that, hey, by the way, the story's horrendous, animation also horrendous, double horrendous. The movie wasn't that bad. It made us laugh quite a bit of times. Story wasn't that bad. Animation was not that bad. Though, Oscar still looked bad. And then my friend pointed out, he looked really bad when he had his teeth showing. So, no points for them. Is there like a video for my opposite of snaps? Like, I love giving snap awards, but like, no. We need like the opposite of that. I'll probably find something and then just throw it on in there. Honestly, I didn't really mind the message. I mean, it's a really good message for kids. Don't lie about something that you aren't just to get what you want. So good, and also adults need to hear that too.
And voila, snaps for grace.
And like I mentioned, the humor was there sometimes. Talk about Lola. How they made a fish look sexy, I don't know. But somehow they did it. They somehow did it. And I'm like, what? And the jellyfish twins, they kind of catch on to me every single time I watch this.
Ernie, you made a joke. Good one, man. Respect.
But even after all that, I just kind of felt meh. Have you watched any movies where you're like, you know what? It's not that bad. It's not that good. I'm gonna be honest. There are quite a few. I wouldn't say quite a few, but there were some movies that I've already reviewed for this channel that where I was like, but I didn't share that or show that. So see if you could point which one of those reviews I was like, about. But honestly, this got me thinking, are mediocre movies okay? They're everywhere and they're not leaving anytime soon.
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving.
They've been here, they are here, and they are going to show up in the future. So after watching one, I just had some questions. Why do we watch mediocre movies? If something's mediocre, why do we let it take some of our time out of our own lives? Is it because we've lost our standards or because we value convenience? I don't have the answers, but I just wanted to raise those questions just for you guys to kind of like ponder about. But I will tell you what I do think, so don't take what I say as complete truth. Unless you want to, then I mean, what's stopping you?
It's me!
Here's my thoughts. I think we just watch mediocre movies just to pass time. Some days just don't feel like they're going to end. They're empty. We're looking for something bigger and better to happen. And I think one way that we do that is just throw on something simple and easy to watch. That's very forgettable. And when those days happen, I don't think that we as humans think the best of ourselves. We tend to treat ourselves by how we think we need to be treated by because of how we are feeling. When you're feeling good about yourself, you're going to raise your standards. And so when we're talking about movies specifically, you're going to pick a movie that has value and is actually artistically good. Obviously, because you're going to try and want to spend your time wisely. But when you're not feeling good about yourself, you just pick whatever. You're just going to pick something. And honestly, I bet 8 out of 10 times, whatever you just picked didn't get you out of your rut. All it did was just pass time. It just kept you there. Now you feel like you wasted your time. Now you're feeling worse about yourself. And now you're really starting to think about your life decisions. And then you're thinking, wow, I'm just wasting my life around. And you just keep spiraling out of control. You are just going into this lost void in your mind that you can't get out, all because you watched a mediocre movie. Wow, I went through an existential moment just because I didn't know what to say about Sharktale. One thing I could confidently say is Sharktale is not the answer to life, and it's not the answer to happiness. Okay, so here's my takeaway for you. Just think of all the movies that you think are mediocre to you. How often do you watch them? Why do you watch them? Do they actually fulfill your thirst for entertainment? And before I head out, I just want to know, did Sharktale get you through a existential crisis or moment for a second? Or is that just me? If you have not already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I post every Wednesdays and Saturdays. And if you want to know what I'm watching, go ahead and follow me on Letterboxd. I'll put my username in the description below. And with that said, go stock up on your popcorn and candy, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah!